where they put out the lies that Star Wars was to stop a Russian first strike. It certainly could be for that, and I would be for it. But it was about weaponizing space and a first strike capability. And so Bob Bowman is breaking this down. And next time we have Joel Skousen, I'll actually ask his opinion of Bob Bowman and this view. But the issue is people say, well, this is an oxymoron. You show the government's view in this trailer, then you show Bob Bowman's view. The point is we're showing both sides here. But this video now, Bob Bowman's Star Wars Secrets and Lies, is now live at prisonplanet.tv for prisonplanet.tv members. Another exclusive, highly produced, quality mini-documentary. Well, it's 30-something minutes long. All these other exclusive interviews going up. And your membership also supports us in the radio show, the higher quality podcast, the video archive of the live show, all my films, expanded extras, hundreds of exclusive video interviews all over the world. My book, Paul Watson's book, prisonplanet.tv, 15 cents a day, $5.95 a month. Get a yearly membership, get 3 months free, prisonplanet.tv, but it's up there. Here's the trailer for the video that's now available at prisonplanet.tv. Infowars.com presents.
I'm Dr. Bob Bowman, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Air Force, retired. I flew 101 combat missions in Vietnam and directed all the Star Wars programs under Presidents Ford and Carter when their existence was secret. When I blew the whistle on Reagan's Star Wars scheme, attempting to deploy offensive weapons disguised as defense for the purpose of regaining absolute military superiority and allowing the United States to execute a first strike against the Soviet Union, aggressive war. Reagan's own Joint Chiefs of Staff called me into the Pentagon and pleaded with me to warn Congress and the American people about this military lunacy, and that's their words, not mine. Their oath is not to obey any order, no matter what. Soldiers of all ranks have not only the right, but the duty to refuse an illegal order. We can't give up on America. We can't give up on the Constitution. We can't give up on the truth.
Banning into space, a layered defense to protect the country from nuclear devastation. U.S. spy satellites would watch the world below, detect Soviet missiles blasting off, compute the position and speed of each missile, alert battle stations in space, on Earth. The first response, space-based kinetic energy weapons fire high-speed projectiles.
My sister just pointed something out to me. That's the trailer for the video that's now available to prisonplanet.tv members, Bob Bowman, Star Wars Secrets and Lies. We're going to get Bob on soon and discuss that with him. My sister pointed out, and I think she's right, I don't think they let you do websites as trends, because then it would be things like Yahoo and Google would be the trend every day. So let's scratch that. Let's just do the search for analyst major war. Analyst major war to lead folks to this incredible news. Ex-Goldman Sachs analyst, major war coming, end of 2012. I'm going to cover that after I run through some calls. But let's just search then InfoWars without the com, InfoWars without the com, and Prison Planet without the com. Maybe even split up Prison Planet. So it says Prison and Planet. Another info salvo, attack them, use their own NSA system against them. InfoWars, put it in Google over and over again without the com. Prison Planet over and over again without the com. And we also tried last week, what is the endgame.com. And obviously it didn't show up because it's a .com. Maybe we should just do a... Paul Watson's calling. This must be an emergency. I always call him. Hello, Watson. Yeah, I'm on the radio. It looked like Paul Watson's number, but I'm live on the radio right now. You're not live. I just picked my phone up. I'll have to call you back. British TV station, sorry. Oh, man, I tell you, coming off 6 days of having the flu, I just feel like I'm in heaven, so I'm sorry if I'm being obnoxious today. Let's go ahead now and go to your phone calls. Who's up first here, John? All right, we got to move quick through these. I appreciate you holding. Richard in Canada, welcome.
Hey, Alex. How's it going, buddy?
Good, welcome.
Do you have time for a couple comments and a couple questions?
Yeah, just back off your phone a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, because they told me I was quiet before, so I was just trying to be so you could hear me. Anyways, have you heard of Iron Mountain? Like report from Iron Mountain?
Yes.
I know it was supposedly discredited as a hoax, but I kind of went through the report. And it sounds like everything.
Yeah, the provenance of it is in question, but the type of stuff in it is exactly how the globalists operate.
Yeah, exactly. And I was going to give you a little backup because remember we were talking to Joel Skousen about the SDRs and stuff? I have a report from the Chatham House. It's from about a year and a half ago talking about how they're doing exactly what you wanted, what you're saying. SDRs through the IMF. It's called Beyond the Dollar is what the report's called?
Yes.
So, and I was just, I just wanted to say that and keep up the good work. A lot of people try to hack on you about your style, but I know personally, I'm getting people to watch your stuff who are never interested in politics, never interested in anything, and like it because they like you. Well,
Richard, I appreciate you, but look, I'm attacked because I'm sticking my head up above the crowd, and because I'm talking about controversial issues. I'm attacked by government disinformation operatives, but I'm also attacked by people who just don't like anybody who's bold. They're negative, they're judgmental, and it makes them feel big to be able to say that I'm bad. Well, if they need to feel like I'm a bad person, that means they're projecting onto me. They can't believe that there would be someone prominent who was real and who was actually fighting corruption and tyranny. Great to hear from you, Richard. Steve in Canada, you're on the air. Another call from Canada. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Good, sir.
Good. Hey, I just got a question about Canada itself. What's going to happen to the Canadian dollar when the American dollar fails? And also, is there going to be a similar police state? You talk a lot about that, about America.
Yes, you have the exact same police state being put in, continuity of agenda. We don't even have governments anymore. They're just regional governors. Your own parliament, when it didn't follow orders 2 years ago, was suspended by the Queen of England. She likes to keep her pure properties a little cleaner, not as dangerous, because that could spread to her palace. But they are going to accelerate their eugenics operations against you, their surveillance. I mean, they arrest people in Canada for their speech. I mean, I don't particularly, like that Christian Dior designer dressing up like a pirate and saying he loves Hitler, but they arrested him in France for saying he likes Hitler. I mean, there's no free speech, and they will arrest you in Canada if you say you like Hitler. And so, man, you're not in a free country. America is one of the only countries where you can still say, that you like Jeffrey Dahmer or you like Hitler. Doesn't mean it's good to like those people, but if you don't give somebody the right to run around and say they like Jim Jones or Hitler or Joe Stalin, then you don't have any freedom at all. I appreciate your call. But Canada's in the same boat as every other Western country, going straight to Hades. Shannon in California. Shannon, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. Thank you, first of all, for your forum. And I just want to give a quick shout-out to the guys on Justin TV. We watch your show every day and talk about the topics. Now, my question for you is, and you and Joel might have touched on it a little bit, but I just think for our general discussion, we wanted a little bit more clarification with this new money process that's going on. In the past, history has shown us that usually a major war, a major conflict has had to take place in order for a transition like that to happen. Do you think this is going to be the process for the next transition, or are all these little conflicts going to be enough to push us or push the IMF over the edge to bring in this new world?
Sure, I mean, it's a great question, but I mean, you know how World War I began, World War II. Regions turning into domino effects of revolutions, up to the borders of empires, And then the empires get mad at each other because it's always one empire, the British in both cases, initiating the pressure that then triggered the Germans, not saying the Germans were in the right. It's like two attack dogs attacking each other to then start the larger war. And that's an oversimplification, again, because history is so complex. But no, the Rand Corporation, top Goldman Sachs analyst, all of them are saying they want a war. They're going to have a war. This is what's going to bring in their world government. So people will then say, take all our freedoms, give us a new system, just end the war. But by world war, proxy revolutions, hot spots going on in Asia, Africa, Latin America, Eastern Europe, the Middle East. I mean, it's all starting, and turmoil globally with the bankers all pre-positioned and ready, the police trained, the military trained for decades, building towards this point. The Blackwater troops already moved into place with the new hot spots wherever they move. It's like carrion crows, vultures showing up before somebody dies. You know, they know it's a rigged game. And yes, we're going into just more and more craziness, more and more insaneness, more and more turmoil. It's all been prepared, and it's going to make World War II, World War I look like a cakewalk. And World War II killed around 200 million people.
Well, and I thank you for that input. I definitely think it clarified what we were talking about. And then just one other question for you, Alex. When are you going to be going back on the road and doing more of like what you did out here in California?
I know people love it, but then, I go speak to two crowds of 900 people. I go speak to 1,800 people, and but it took me 3 days to get that done. Whereas I turn down radio interviews that are reaching tens of thousands all the time because I'm so busy. I mean, I like traveling. I like speaking to crowds. But I just electronically, I can go cut YouTube videos all day that'll get 500,000 views apiece. I appreciate your call. I'd love to go back on the road. I do certain things strategically, but I just can't do it all. But I would love to come to your area. Let's talk to Bob in Idaho. Bob, you're on the air.
Appreciate you taking my call, Alex. You go back. You mentioned, of course, Tunisia and Bart. You can go back to the Shah. You can go back to Somoza. As you see heads of state roll that seem to go against the world order. You see Carter giving away the Panama Canal and ordering his generals to let the Shah fall and all the rest of these things. But, I don't think we're really going anywhere scratching the surface, because there is collusion, and I would make the suggestion that, it's been probably 30 or 40 years ago that Nikita Khrushchev told then Secretary of Agriculture Ezra Taft Benson what the end game was, and it's very fascinating. He said he would feed us, and of course he was speaking about the United States specifically, but the world in general. He would feed us progressive socialism until our economic system collapsed, and then he would smash us with an iron fist. Now, I'm speaking to those bankers as well. And again, it's the bankers that sit above in the councils working with key authoritarian governments attacking humanity. It's not even governments against governments. That's why the general public can't process it. Then, the bankers themselves don't know what the Reds had in line for them, but it was the same thing, essentially, what they had in line for our republic. He would execute the bankers, that is, the Reds would, after they took power. And
that always happens. That always happens. Very well said. Anything else, Bob?
Well, you're not an NSA plant, are you?
Are you, Bob?
Pardon me?
Are you an NSA plant, Bob? What do you even say?